Drops are ruining Twitch, and it's only going to get worse from here on out. Here's the thing though, that's a pretty big 180 from what my opinion used to be, and as such I need to properly explain why my opinion made such a massive shift in recent months, and why I now definitively believe that the future of Twitch is event, item, and key drops, and also why that future really sucks for average users and viewers alike. First things first, I have a rather long history with the drop concept on the platform. One of the first, I'm not comfortable saying the first instance, I guess, because maybe I missed something and some other title did it before that. But one of the earliest, if not the origin of the drops concept entirely, came from Warframe. This was where I was introduced to the idea initially, while also actively being a streamer on the Twitch platform as well. The format was pretty simple. Link your accounts, watch Warframe streams, and when a streamer got an achievement, you got an item from a random drop pool, which could actually be something somewhat rare and valuable, which resulted in a lot of Warframe players flocking to the website in order to get as many drops as possible, even though they might not usually even participate on the site. Myself and a few others very quickly realized what was happening here and did our best to capitalize on it. Effectively, since viewers got drops when the streamer earned an achievement, an entire temporary economy of streamers popped up with many thousands of viewers who would just speed farm new achievements to maximize the reward for those that were watching. Now, fundamentally, there is nothing wrong with this, except it drastically inflated viewership numbers in a way that, at the time, pushed other more consistent or legitimate streamers down lower in the directory and snowballed those on top. The biggest issue was that a lot of that viewership was users sitting there with half a dozen or more tabs open, not actually watching any one of those broadcasters. So while yes, I 100% capitalized on the concept, at the time being blown away by the mere functionality of it, wondering to myself how it would be used in the future and just how much potential there was for both streamer and viewer benefit, despite using it and streaming to something like, I don't know, 8,000 or 9,000 concurrent viewers for 12, even 24 hours straight broadcasts, I also understood immediately that there were flaws. Here's the thing, I was somewhat naive back then because I believed those flaws would be improved upon, ultimately to better the experience of the user or the viewer. Except, I was wrong. Eventually, more instances of drops began popping up. The Division did it, Escape from Tarkov did it, I'm sure a bunch of other companies did it as well. And now Valorant has done it with the biggest offering yet by far, and more are in the works as Twitch works to partner with additional companies and developers. First, it was just items, based on having streams open and the streamer did some sort of small specific task. Then it was items but at random intervals, or on specific broadcasts. Then it was certain streamers having drops enabled, while others didn't. And finally, where we are today, is certain streamers with drops enabled while those drops are not in-game items, but the actual beta key itself and access to the beta. And you cannot have the stream muted. There are ways around that, but the goal here is to make viewers watch the stream with sound, and there is no guarantee that you will even get the beta access. It is a lottery system. I hope you can see where I'm starting to go with this. There has been a steady shift from a system that benefited viewers tremendously by allowing them to have 10 tabs open and collect tons of rewards, for example, though admittedly still very flawed, to a system that tries to force viewers into specific partnered streams who they may not even want to watch at all, while then trying to force them to have sound on and engage further, despite the fact that many of those viewers, probably the majority, honestly don't want to be there. They just want the key to play the game. They could not care less about these particular streamers, and it's a lottery system with an unknown return percentage, and they just have to sit there bored with their thumb up their ass hoping for a code. This is already a problem, and it's only just getting started. Drops were once an attempt to provide viewers with cool rewards. Now they are a marketing tool designed to force users to do certain things and jump through hoops. The added effect of this, which will probably spur quite a few broadcasters who benefit from the system to adamantly defend the concept, is viewer inflation. Viewership for drop events is wildly inflated, like unbelievably so, and that inflation is extremely beneficial to a select few parties. It benefits the game, the developers, and the game's publisher, because those numbers push the game up in the directory and pull more eyes that might convert to paying customers, and there's more press, etc., etc. And it benefits the selected broadcasters who get access to the drop event and become focal points for many thousands of players who otherwise do not care at all about them, and it has a huge number of benefits for those broadcasters. Some of the easiest ones to list off are metric inflation that could be used to pull in additional sponsors. Hey, look at me, I have 8,000 viewers. Don't pay attention to the fact that 80% of them don't give two shits about my content and will never engage with the promotions that you place on my stream. Ha ha ha. This works and decreases the value provided to brands while increasing what they pay for, without beating around the bush here, damn near fraudulent metrics. The increase in viewers also boosts the streamer to a point where more eyes are on them. Obviously, that's a given. But an add-on to this is that some of those viewers, these new people coming into the stream specifically for the event, don't understand the drop concept fully. Or worse yet, they get misinformed. I'm not saying the broadcaster themselves does it, though it can happen, but somehow they are misinformed and it has pretty big ramifications. They may believe that following the stream increases their chances of getting a code, or that subscribing increases their chances of getting a code. So the streamers benefit because people desperately want something, don't fully understand how to get it, and end up paying or engaging with the channel in the hope that it will boost their chances. Obviously it won't, but these streamers are perfectly okay with that because it benefits them. The negatives, though, the negatives are increasing constantly. To make a sharp turn away from time wasted or being forced to do something you don't really want to do for the sake of corporate marketing, what about the local community viewers that actually do normally like that broadcaster's content? Well, they get hurt by this as well for a number of different reasons. When a smaller broadcaster, let's say a couple hundred viewers, gets into a big drop event and spikes now to many thousands, their chat is absolutely overrun. This is not to say that fast-moving chat rooms are intrinsically bad on Twitch, but they definitively change the experience. And to go further, a lot of those viewers will just be spamming things like drops, exclamation mark, or whatever, or some other practically mandatory command explaining the drop concept. This floods the chat and ruins what would normally be far more organic interactions. What about taking it one step further? What if the streamer puts it in sub-only mode, which a lot of them do, by the way? Now, all the dedicated followers who legitimately support the broadcast and watch it frequently, but maybe don't have the money to sub or never fully committed, they just can't speak unless they pay. And if sub-only mode gets disabled, the chat is overrun with spam. On the one hand, the people coming to the broadcast just for the reward, they suffer because they might not even want to be there, and they probably won't even get what they're looking for a huge amount of time. And the people who do want to be there suffer as the tidal wave of users who don't want to be there flood in and pollute the experience of the ones who do want to be there. Everyone loses except for the broadcaster, who actually does lose, most likely long term, unless they are one of the top couple streamers who just gets blown up completely because the event was a size where their entire life changes, and they go mainstream as one of the elite channels on the entire platform. But that's a minuscule fraction, barely even worth mentioning here, because the vast majority will never get to that point. Basically, even most of the broadcasters lose out as well, because once the event is over, most of those viewers who are only there for the rewards, they leave. They don't look back, and they will never engage with that stream again at all. And some of their legitimately interested viewers might leave too because of the entire event. Basically, a lot of creators are too short-sighted to see the negatives and focus only on the concurrent view count, mistakenly associating that with overall success and happiness on the platform, only to suffer later down the line, whether it be mental as the view counts plummet, or financial as their ad revenue and subscribers spike up only to come crashing back down soon after. I know this for a fact. I was there on the front lines on Twitch as the drops concept was being born. It doesn't have to be this way. If Twitch really wanted to benefit viewers and streamers alike, they could implement a system where hours watched or time spent following factored into your rewards or whatever drop table you were drawing from. If you had been following a streamer who played Warframe, for example, for 2+ years and a drop event popped up, watching that particular streamer would award solid prizes on a predictable timetable, but watching other streams simultaneously would not, and watching a stream that you only just followed that particular day would be lower as well. This would engage viewers to connect with the platform for certain games, seek out someone they actually enjoy watching, watch their streams for a little bit, and then if a drop event shows up again later down the line, they have that relationship already and know exactly where to go. It's not perfect, obviously, but it's a hell of a lot better than what they are doing now, which is having some higher authority pick and choose which broadcasts to force users into, and then subjecting them to a lottery system. Twitch wants better numbers to show their advertisers, and individual broadcasters want higher numbers in their own personal streams. Drops are becoming the worst possible way to get those two things, while harming the experience of everyone else. Allowing drops to become a tool to exploit the user base and offering that tool to publishers like Riot, that's a conscious decision to put brands and new game releases above the experience of the community that Twitch used to serve. As it stands, a lot of people may defend the drop concept and say that I'm overreacting, but what's honestly next? They already went from open a stream and get rewards, which is the most simplistic version of this system, and they made great strides towards watch these specific streams with the volume on and you have a chance at something. I can easily picture and wholeheartedly believe that they are working actively towards this, a system where you must open certain streams that they have picked to allow them to have drops, probably the same group of high-profile streams almost every single time. You must follow them, you must have sound on, you must type in their chat at certain intervals or engage in some additional way, and then you might get a thing while all that is being adhered to. In my eyes, there is an extremely obvious shift taking place from how can we make this better for everyone to how can we force viewers to do what we want and make it better for a select few partners or companies. Not just enticement, such as an incentive to watch, i.e. a small item, a skin, whatever it may be. Force them, as in the only way to get beta access is to do this and watch these particular people. Drops are still evolving as time goes on, and they are getting stricter with what they award and how high they make you jump for it. This is no longer something with a world of potential that seems to be designed to benefit everyone, and it's only going to get worse if they stay locked in on their current goals with the system. I, for one, hope that they either radically modify how it all works or get rid of it completely, because drops on the current trajectory, that is, I'll be very specific about that, are ruining Twitch. Among other things, it's by no means only that. I can think of a whole bunch of other things that Twitch has done which really hinder their platform, but today I was just talking about drops. But they are contributing to the decline of the platform overall for its most important and largest user base. That's it for today, though. If you want to support, there are links down below. Merch, Patreon, Twitter, another gaming YouTuber to check out named Axial GT. Please subscribe and support him, as well as some other stuff, but I'll cut it there and stop rambling. As always, thank you all for watching, and have a nice night.